Today I'm going to talk about HP Envy PCs. There are 3 good models that I recommend you buying if you have between $850 to $1,300. I'll go through every model and tell you why is it worth buying or not. Before starting, I want to say that if you find helpful information throughout this video, leave a like. That way you're supporting me a lot. Thank you. Now, starting with the first model is the cheapest one on the list. I think this one is worth the buy because of the components. It has a GTX 1660 Super alongside the i5-11400. The only downside here is that you can't customize from their website, so you will have to eventually upgrade the RAM by yourself, which is pretty easy, don't worry. You will have the link to the RAM that you need in the description as well with all of the other PCs. Another thing that I like about this PC is that you don't have to upgrade the storage since it has 1TB of hard drive and 250GB of SSD. I would seriously consider this option if I had $850. And one thing I forgot to mention is that it ships in 1 business day. That's another thing to keep in mind. Now I will tell you the average FPS for this model in some popular games if you end up upgrading the RAM, which if you ask me is highly recommended since it's becoming the standard for gaming. In Fortnite, this PC will average 220 FPS on competitive settings, 90 FPS average for GTA 5 on ultra settings, and 50 FPS average on Red Dead Redemption 2 on balanced settings. I think those are pretty good numbers for a pre-built PC for this price. The second model I will be talking about is extremely similar to the last one, but on this case you get an i7-10700, 16GB of RAM and 2TB of hard drive. It's actually a similar PC to the ABS Challenger from Newegg. I think it's really worth the upgrade because you get a better CPU, RAM and storage for just $150 more, and it's not that big of a price difference considering the upgrades. The only downside of this PC is the cooling for the CPU. It doesn't have a liquid cooling, so temps might be high when you play high demanding video games, since it has such a powerful CPU. But again, it shouldn't be a problem if it doesn't pass 85 degrees Celsius, because that's when slowly the GPU can be damaged. Talking about the performance, this model will average 240 FPS on Fortnite competitive settings, 105 FPS average for GTA 5 and 70 FPS average on Red Dead Redemption 2 on balanced settings. Again, really good for its price, and if you have those $150 extra, it's worth the upgrade. If you don't worry, the other model is still great for 1080p gaming. For the last model, we have the best one so far, but as well the most expensive one. It's the one with the RTX 3060 and the i7 11th gen. This combination is the best one on the list, and considering that pre-built PCs are way too expensive with this type of components, I think it's worth a buy. You will have the complete specifications down below in the description. A downside for this PC is once again the airflow. To solve this problem, I would recommend installing an intake fan on the side, but if you can't afford it, it's fine because you can upgrade it later on. And like I said before, if it doesn't pass 85 degrees Celsius, your CPU won't get damaged slowly. So I highly recommend this PC if you don't want to spend more than $1,600 for a PC with these components, which is completely understandable. $1,600 is a lot of money for everyone. This PC will run Fortnite at around 280 FPS average, 133 FPS average on GTA 5 on ultra settings, and 63 FPS average on Red Dead Redemption 2, but this time on ultra settings and not in balanced. Again, this PC is a beast for 1080p gaming and even 1440p. Like I said at the beginning of this video, if you found helpful information, I encourage you to leave a like, but most importantly, hit the bell button and subscribe so you get notified when I upload this type of content that may help you to decide on which PC you should buy. Also, leave your budget in the comment section so I help you to decide too. I will reply as fast as possible. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for the support, and I will see you on the next one.